Yes, sirree, golly. Another day on the radio. In the land of the absurd, WRPI Troy, hanging out with the Dew. Monday through Friday, 7 to 9. And on the internet, of course, all around the world. I suppose I should tell you that my opinions aren't necessarily the same opinions as anybody else. They don't necessarily jive with the opinions of the university, the executive committee, the board of trustees, or the students, or presidents, or vice presidents, or congressmen, or senators, or governors, or farmers, flyers, sailors, blue-collar workers, professional, or whatever professionals are. Yeah. Or anybody else. I tell you about a couple hunters upstate New York. One winter they're out there hunting deer. Now, see, they had come from the Big Apple. They drove up there in a real fancy, one of them very expensive pick-em-up trucks. And they tracked this big stag for miles before they got it, and they put it in their sights and they took it down, and as they struggled dragging this dead animal across the snowy open fields back to their pickup, they were spotted by the DNR officer and asked to see their hunting license. By the way, they did gut it out, because that's one of the first things you want to do. You want to gut it and bleed it and bleed it and gut it, so you get some good meat. Yeah, anyway, the DNR officer wanted to assure that everything was in good order, of which it was, and he wished them a good day, and then he offered them a little advice. He said if you guys would pull from the front legs instead of the back legs, the animal would glide easier with the grain of the fur across the snow instead of against the fur. The hunters thanked the officer and took his advice. And after about an hour and a half of pulling this deer over hill and over dale and through the woods and over the river and through the snow, the first hunter said to the other hunter, "That officer sure was a nice guy. This deer is easier to pull." And the second hunter replied, "Yeah, but he wasn't all that smart. We're getting further away from our fancy pick-em-up truck." Okay, now on with what we really count here. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a C, maybe it's a E, maybe it's a D, maybe it's a D minor with a little embellishment, or maybe it's an A minor, an E minor, maybe it's a B minor. Oh, to be a minor. Yeah. Wasting your time right here on the radio. Where they killed our crops, they injected us, they inspected us, they took a big whack at the rest of our life. They killed our mission, they killed our nation, they killed our freedom in the name of corporate power, in the name of saving our souls, in the name of re-education, in the name of birth of ignorance and death, in the name of clean air and clean water and population reduction, in the name of anti-racism and anti-this and anti-that and anti-everything. We got glycemated, we got 2,4-D'd, we got sprayed, we got GMO'd. Can hardly find any food anywhere. They've turned our guts inside out. Spend most of our time living in doctors' offices, and a lot of the doctors, they don't know much more about it than we do, because we all been zamboozled. You ever been zamboozled? Yeah, Yeah, their covert activity has plotted us against each other. In the name of freedom, in the name of freedom, in the name of human rights, in the name of everything, they put us totally out of tune. Boy, I'm out of tune this morning. Somehow that doesn't sound right. Maybe I ought to go back to picking this thing. I do better at picking. Picking at the politicians, picking at the people in power, picking at the corporations. It's not that they're all bad. It's not that the people that work for them are all bad. It's just that, well, Mother Nature knows better. You don't need all those pesticides to grow a crop. You don't need huge warehouses without sunlight to grow pigs. You don't need huge farming warehouses to grow chicken in little cages. You don't need a lot of the things that they've sold us down the creek for. We were probably a lot healthier before World War II. We were probably a lot healthier before COVID. We were probably a lot healthier. Well, some people tell me that the flu is the flu is the flu is the flu. The flu is the flu is the flu is the flu is the flu. What is COVID? I guess I've been listening to RFK Jr. too much here. If you haven't been checking out RFK Jr., you might be missing a whole lot of stuff here. That's all I got to say, so I'm going to wrap it up there.